guys, welcome to my channel. If you are new here, click subscribe because we're on our way to 10,000 subscribers. And if you're wondering why you must subscribe, to be honest, everybody in the comments can tell you this is the place to be. This channel is fun, everything vlog type, story times, even though my story times come very rare. But when I do tell story times, they're always nice. Guys, if you're always here and you're not subscribed yet, look and see if you're subscribing. And if you are, turn on your notification bell because you're not going to miss nothing. I'm sweating already, so you know, say it's not a lie. I am in one of my favorite tops tonight. Yes. So guys, I'm going to put the link for this top below. It's my half and half vibe. No, guys, I have like a whole genre of tops that are just multicolored, one pattern on the other side, one material on the other side. Like the half and half shirt thing, I love it. I've been wearing it for years. So I bought this shirt 2 years ago, and yes, I can still find the link because I have links to all the clothes I've ever bought online. Great. Weird. Anyway, as you can see from this title, I will be doing a talking session. Basically, you know, just talking about a topic, what you guys can get from it, well, lessons you guys can learn from the mistakes I've made, and the things that I've thought, you know, just drop some gems here and there, you know, like a flazeda. If it was Drag Race, then you'll know what I mean when I say flazeda. So yes, it's called Beer Chat, and the beer is spelled B-E-E-R because why am I talking without beer? I'm drinking it from my Game of Thrones mug. I was drinking from my beer glass, but I feel like Kimor broke it, and that's why I can't find it. But, you know, my collector's mug is good all the same. If you can guess what I'm drinking, you win. I don't know why you win, but you just win. I will say it at the end of the video. Just comment right now what you think I'm drinking. So, in addition to drinking beer, I'll just be, as I said, chatting. That's why it's called beer chat. So beer chatting and beer drinking. So let's get into the video. So guys, the title is I Got Rejected. And a lot of you guys know how rejection feels, because I feel like everybody know how rejection feels. Rejection, it's hot. It feel like somebody stabbing at your heart. It feel like somebody mash a can. It feel like somebody throw stone in a hot pen and licking at your head, so you ball out. Like feel like dovey off. Like so much disappointment, anger, sadness, like the amount of emotions running through your body when you get rejected. Too serious. Like rejection, like I couldn't be a man if I was a man, because men like get rejected on the daily. Like man who see me up on the road and say, nice girl, or girl want to take home with my wife, and girl, you know, say, are you on the route from Kingston to Buff Bay when I'm seeing them on tights and them something up on the road. I mean, I say, sir, like, yeah, but that's not the type of rejection I'm talking about today. It's a much more heartbreaking rejection. I'm no longer going to do my master's. So as you guys knew, last year I applied to a few schools. So I applied to 3 schools. 2 in Scotland and 1 in London, you know, in the UK. Come here, say, girl, I'm gonna do a master's and so I've always planned to do my master's in 2020, right? Starting in 2020, but then I was like, okay, if I apply in 2020, I can go in 2021. You know, girl, smart, huh? So even though I graduated with like a 2.7 GPA, 2.79 or 2.8, I don't know, I get confused between the two because online say one thing and the actual official transcript say the next thing, but I go with online. Anyone know I that may go with. And so at first I was kind of scared to apply to the schools because you have to have a upper second class degree to apply to these schools, and I had a lower second class. Not had, I have a lower second class degree, and it's because I barely scraped through school. Like I had to drag myself I had to drag myself through school, and it's very unfortunate. But it's just because I never love what I was doing anymore. You get me? I feel like everybody here who go college and you start a major and then it's like, oh, this is not a buzz. And some people are lucky enough to have the opportunity to change it, but I couldn't change my major because number one, my father says either I change my major and I go work and pay for myself what me want, or I just continue and just graduate and then do whatever I want in the work world. Guess I can't multitask that well. So I was like, school and me. And work on me can't go in a one thing. Like, wish we did do it though, because I feel like we learn more responsibility. I don't know. Anyway, so I was doubting myself a little bit. And I still went ahead and applied because I was applying for a scholarship, right? And the scholarship would have given me tuition, monthly, you know, allowance so I can pay my rent, my family own place to stay. Them just pay for me just being over there, guys. And all I have to do is come back and make Jamaica great again. So simple. All you have to do is write like 4 essays, apply to school, get some reference, and you're good. So me I say, yeah, man, you can start up this. But guys, I'm just an essay writer. And for the entire time, the application was open for, I think it was like 3 months, and I sent in my own 10 minutes before it closed because I was just stressed out. Like, I was doubting myself, but we're not getting another part of it. Anyway, so I applied to 3 schools. So my first school, or my school of choice, sorry, was the University of Sterling. I was going to do my master's in marketing in all of them. And, you know, I was picking the courses that I wanted to do, doing the virtual tours of that school. I fell in love with the campus. I was just reading up about, you know, life in Scotland in general. And I was like, this sounds cool. And this girl on my Instagram who I was in class with in high school, she also is in Scotland, but she goes to a different university. And she barely posts, but when she does, it just looks like somewhere I want to be. You know what I'm thinking? The way I see brochure. So, you know, I was looking forward to the experience. And just, I feel like for me, learning in a different environment, because I've been to UWI, I went to UWI, and UWI is nice. Like, UWI is a really good school, you know, crosses aside. But if you put crosses aside, they're actually putting all of UWI aside. But UWI, there's no comments about UWI right now. They have some good programs. I won't even lie. They have some good programs over there. And the program I really wanted to do was marketing and data analytics, and UWI is the only school I saw so far that had offered it. So I say, I'm not going to UWI, so I'm going to just either do the master's in marketing or do the master's in data analytics, because UWI now come treat me and came with the 2 of them join, and it sounded like a dream, you know, program for me to do. The second school I had applied for was University of Strathclyde. I think I'm pronouncing that right, but it's also in Scotland. It was my number 2 university, and it was so prestigious. I feel like, correct me if I'm wrong, these 2 were the top 2 universities in Scotland. I mean, I say, yeah, girl, write this down. And then the first school I applied for is because I wanted to be close to my dad. I applied for University of Brunel, London. I mean, I say, yeah, going to London town, not bad, you know, I was planning out everything. So I say, yeah. But then I was like, oh my God, I'm not going to get into these schools. I'm sending up my application, guys. And I was sweating, like, oh man, I'm sweating now. I'm stressed out. I say, every day I'm trying to email, like, I'm frightened post. And then one day, I get, because they usually send me like promotional email, but never my acceptance. I'm not letting them answer quick. Within like 5 days or less, Sterling was like, congrats, you've been accepted. And I was like, oh, woohoo! The school of my choice. I'm so excited. I'm like, I don't even have to get accepted into anywhere else, because the school I really wanted to go accept me first. And I wrote a whole ass essay and a personal statement, and I was just banging up the application. I mean, I say, yeah, girl, you have this confidence upon luck. I mean, I say, yeah. Then I get in a Strathclyde. I mean, I say, yeah, You know, say, never really want to go to school about, and them they look so IT tight, and never think me that getting because they had a higher requirement. I must have getting on this too. But Sterling was the only school that gave me an unconditional offer. The rest of them were conditional, but they just wanted me to turn in some documents. And then Brunel accepted me. I said, yeah, Brunel took really long to accept me. It took weeks. And I'm like, no. And we got every virtual home day. I have an advisor when we talked upon the phone and she emailed me and by that time did I clash still because you know me wake up late. Me's a girl. I love sleep. Yeah. So I woke up late and you know, big up myself Georgia. I know she's not seeing this, but big up myself girl. And so I got into my schools like October and I was waiting to hear from my scholarship like February. So, you know, the school's gonna ask you to do, you know, like a down payment to secure spots, fine. But my scholarship is going to do all of that to me. I said, yeah, me with that. And I told them and they were like, oh, all right, vibes. Great. So then the scholarship announces like the second week of February. And like from February, touch girl, I tell you my out and stop a race, like you know, you remember when everybody did sit down in them living room with the pot cover way Pamputtae for win in London 2012? That was my art. All that art as a race, Gatlin, Justin Gatlin, yeah, Bolt, Yo and Blake, everybody were in the race they can think about. I'm not ask, I saw my art a race. My heart was a whole Olympics. I think I'm having too much fun with this video. Anyway, and guys, the 14th of February came and I got a response from the scholarship people them and I think my phone down because I'm like, but when I opened it, it says something different. It was like, thanks for applying, or no, thank you for your interest in your scholarship. At this time, you weren't shortlisted. And this, that, and the third. And I just started crying. Like, I just started bawling, guys. Like, I was so sad. And that day, the day over, my then man yard. I'm sorry. Because you know, that girl is single as hell. Yeah, I'm single bad. But yeah, I'm the door of the boy house and but it's a ball, the boy gonna work. I'm coming and I'm just like, listen, what's wrong with you? And I'm just crying, like crying out my eyes, and I'm just sad. I don't even know if I do that. I cry till my voice gone, I cry till my head hurt me. And I was just so sad because I really thought I was going to get it, and guys, I was so excited to get it, even though I wasn't like planning my life around it and everything. But I wanted to have like a positive attitude towards it. But then like after a couple of days, and I made an IGTV about this as well. I really sat down, like after my done ball, wow, the big man belch, the bear, woo, the bear at work. Yeah, so after the done ball, guys, like I sprung up and I just started like, you know what, I'm not gonna make this stop me. Like usually when I'm sad, I just sulk, I'm gonna sleep, everything. But this time I say, you know what, these people are gonna tell me that I'm not gonna go and do my masters, and that's not what they're telling me, right? So either I'm gonna save all of this money for it and then take a year off because I gotta go full time, because I can't multitask, as I said, and me tell myself I'm gonna do my masters in at a certain age, and this certain age is now. And I was just so hard on myself, so I started looking at schools in Canada, I started looking at schools in the US, and I was like, do my masters, nobody can stop me. Yeah, going on this high for the entire day. I just like research schools, and I was just trying to find out like how much is the school fee, what I can do, what I was just going off. I think it was like adrenaline, because that wasn't even me. Like right now, I don't even remember what school me looked on. Can't remember nothing. And a couple days later, I sat down and I was like, okay, I have time to think about this. Because when I sit down and think about it, like the realest way, guys, like I cry. But at this time, I said, I'm going to think about it for true. And I thought about it, and I was saying to myself, number one, Netanya, these people aren't saying that you're never going to do your master's. So you shouldn't have even looked at it like that. Because it's not like they were saying, oh, we're not giving you this because you're never going to do your master's. The things that they were looking for in a candidate I didn't have it, right? And I thought that because I've done, you know, such impressive work at the age that I am in my field, then I feel like them could give me a boss. Like me, I said, them could give me a boss. And I'm also like a social media person. So I feel like if it's anybody supposed to get a boss, it's me. But I'm not supposed to work. I'm not supposed to work. You have to pay your fare. And you have to do your dues. And you have to jump off and say bus stop. You can't just go up on the bus and sit down. The driver now give you a seat. You have to pay your fare. And you have to work hard for the bus ride. You know how much money you work for your fare? And then the thing is, I'm not going to say that I don't work hard. Because guys, to be honest, and I've said to myself that I'm going to stop being hard on myself and act like I don't do anything, because I've done so much work. I've been working since I was 20, right? I'm going to be 24 this year. I've been working since I was 20 in the same field, same industry. Now I come out of my industry, of course, but I was working hard, and I was working and I was working and I was working, and I've came up with great ideas. I've worked on great projects. I've done great collaborations, and this, that, and the third. But that's not what they asked. They were asking, how do you build the work that you do? How does it build the nation? You know, build Jamaica. How does it make Jamaica better? And that was a question I could not answer, right? And it's because I couldn't answer that question, I tried my best to answer a question, but I never answer that specific question. And you know, a lot of people read my essays and they were like, you're really good. And guys, to be honest, as somebody who wrote copies for the last 3 years, writing an essay was something I could have done, because in everything that I write, you're gonna know it's me, because my personality is in my writing. Like, I've worked with companies and people message me and say, are you write this? I'm gonna say, yeah. Them say, I know. That's how distinct it is. It is easily identifiable, right? As one of my friends them say, I'm writing full of sex, because him said the writing just nice and it pleasing and everything. I like that term. But it's kind of like, after being, you know, hard on myself and everything, I realized that I wasn't the best candidate, fine. But another thing I realized is that I never had enough faith going into doing it. I was always questioning myself. From all the application portal, I was questioning myself, and I was saying to myself that, what you even do this for? You're not smart, you know, like them really things there, girl. Even though I read a lot and I like those really things, but the really things and what them did want me do, I couldn't do it. And you know, it's like, what you have to do this for? Why are you doing this? They're not gonna wear no school, not gonna accept it. And the entire 3 months I was, you know, going through the process, I was just eating away at myself, telling myself that I wasn't good enough to even get the scholarship. So it's like, when I didn't get it, I was like, yeah, you see, I did right, girl. But I never wasted time. But I never wasted time even apply for this. But I'm very grateful that I applied for that scholarship, because the questions that were asked caused me to think. Right? Think about the things that I want to do with myself, the things that I want to do with my life. And I feel like that application process, so the scholarship was actually a really good thing for me, even though I never get it. The process of applying and just going deeper into my thoughts and saying, okay, this is what I want to do, this is what I hope to achieve, this is how I look at digital, this is how I look at technology, this is how I look at this, because guys, I work in technology. So, you know, obviously that's what I'm gonna do. And it came down to the humanitarian side of me. Humanitarian, I think I'm using the wrong word. I don't think it's humanitarian, but it was like a more socially aware side of me. I'm not gonna say that. I mean, a socially aware side of me. And drink my beer, 6 beer. And I realized the things that I'm passionate about. And it's something I'm planning to pursue as I go forward with my life and with the things that I want, right? So I like educating people. I feel like if people have enough knowledge, then they will be able to understand majority of things, right? And I take that from my own personal experience, because to all me that come for fool, people always say, listen here, you're so not understanding, you don't understand anything, you don't understand people's point of view. But the thing is, if you don't educate me, how can I understand? So people want you to be understanding, but you can't understand anything without knowledge, right? And that is something I always say, my friends, it's something I always tell people, that they can't count on me to just say, oh, you're late and I'm understanding and this is what happened. How I am, guys, I'm very detailed. And that's how I retain knowledge. So if you late and you want me to be understanding, you have to tell me from the start. So you're gonna say, so I'm gonna get up right now, and you have to tell me right until you reach on my foot. And why you never text me and say, girl, I'm gonna late, and girl, this is what happened. You know, them something they just expect to say me for understanding because things happen. And I'm not saying things can't happen, but if I have enough knowledge about the thing that happened, they may say, oh yeah, I understand that, and nothing could have, you know, prevented that thing. And I realized that I like sharing knowledge and I like educating people, and I like doing it in my own way, which is, you know, sitting down and giving like stories, going on live and stuff like that. And then I'm like, I can take it further. So that was this reason I actually started my sex miseducation series on my podcast. So it was sex ed for, you know, everybody, things we never learned. So we talked about masturbation, foreplay, vagina. It wasn't like me and Lenny, because you know me, I know about them, some of them. But I carried people on, representatives, advocates, doctors, pharmacists, and, you know, just educating people. And, you know, I tried to drop in a 1 or 2 fun episode. We talk about orgasms and stuff. And, you know, I carried in somebody who's versed in sex and versed in masturbation. And it's just like, people need to know these things. And out of that series, I have another series in mind, which I'm going to do very soon with a gynecologist. It is going to, because I like reproductive health. And the reason I like it is because of like me personally, I have PCOS, guys, and I've done a video on it. And it's because I have PCOS, and, you know, I've been made fun of for a really long time. People saying, oh, I can't have kids, and people saying this and people saying that, but my doctor is saying something else. And I'm like, people don't know this and people don't need to know it, but a lot of women out there are like ashamed of certain things, and it's because they don't fully understand it. And then the people who are supporting them and who they're telling these things to, you know, as a confidant or in a safe space, are also making fun of them because they don't understand. So what I'm also planning to do is to do a really long campaign about women's reproductive health. And this is something I'm planning myself, executing myself. I mean, I'm going to need help, of course, but, you know, it's doing that scholarship application made me realize that this is something I'm passionate about. And I was scared to, you know, say, this is what I want to do, because people know me for giving jokes, being fun, being high energy all the time, not being serious, because I don't show people that serious side of me, because I don't know, like serious things, people are going to opinion on, guys. I don't like sharing my opinions and stuff. I have very strong opinions. Yeah. And then when you're going to bull buck me down and I'm going to double conquer you down, then what happens after that? So like, it makes no sense. Yeah, so in the end, I was really doubting myself, and me, guys, I have a lot of faith in almost anything. If me believe, say, something I got happen next week, and I'm tell you like 100%, not even 100%, because the thing is, God don't want you to have 100% faith for make miracles. He want you to believe at least 51%, and I learned that from my pastor. Even if you can't reach 100, reach 51, and he will work that miracle for you. And I always believe that things will happen, always. And I've held that, but this one thing, guys, I could have never believed it could happen for me. And because my faith was so low, I never even reached 51. My faith was probably at like 20. Oh, child, preaching to the choir. No, preaching to the congregation. Fully. Anyway, I'm not going to even say stuff like that, because I stopped talking negative stuff about myself. Even if it's just a joke, you know, the universe can't separate joke from serious. And there's power in the tongue 2 ways, you know. Anyway, that's not even, I'm not being outsider.
This is outsider stuff.
That's outsider stuff. Yeah, so I'm kind of like stepping out of my comfort zone in doing a lot of things. And guys, if you saw my Instagram, I'm actually doing an Instagram seminar. And because I've been doing marketing for almost 5 years, like, why I can't say, oh, I'm a marketer now? Why I can't come out and say it? People know my work. People want me to do work for them. People ask me to help them with work. Why me can't say, this is what I do? But yes, guys, this video is just to say that not every rejection is a bad thing. Because this rejection wasn't something bad. You don't know what the world and the universe and God is trying to save you from. You don't know what it's trying to teach you. You don't know what it's trying to make you step out of. Because I was in my comfort zone a really long time, and it was just filling out an application and just going through the process and writing and thinking and talking to past scholars just made me realize that, yeah, you know. Anyway, guys, I'm just gonna leave you guys with, if you want to do something, do it. Don't hold back. Even if you think it's not gonna work out, do it. Because guess what? If it don't work out, you learn something from it. Because applying to that scholarship took me out of my comfort zone, like heavily. Anything for do school, me it. Anyway, and I'm going to do my master's at a later date. Well, I'm about 29, 28, 29. I'm 23 now. I passed the ages I wanted to do my master's. And it's because God have different plans for me. And life have different plans for me. There's so many things I have to do, and who knows, maybe when I go to do my master's, I don't want to do it in marketing, because maybe I'm not supposed to do a marketing master's. There's so many things. Maybe I'm supposed to do a master's in technology, data analytics, anything, numbers, crunch time. It's, you know, I'm beer done. I want so much beer to drink with this. I'm only go through 2 beer. 2, but still, I at least have more. Anyway, guys, big up to my cousin Shelly. She fixed my ring light. Shelly, thank you so much. Remember to subscribe to my channel. You know, this is not too bad. So bear chat is actually going to be a once-a-month thing where I come sit down with this mug. I'm gonna buy a beer glass. So sit on my beer glass, I'm going to talk, and you guys can just send in things that you want me to talk about. These are things that you want to learn. These are things that you want to know about me. It's not going to be like Q&A where I answer different questions. It's just going to be centered on one topic, and that's what I'll do. So guys, tell me what you think is in my mug. Happy subscribing. On our way to 10K. It's giving the girls 10K. And I will see you in the next video.